In the span of 1 month, my business completely changed. And in this video, I'm gonna explain to you guys exactly what I did to bring about that change. What's good, guys? It's your boy, Kenny Cam Doom. I'm a real estate investor. I live in Houston, Texas, but I mainly do business in the East Coast. I wholesale land for the primary part of my business. And then on top of that, I also help teach people how they can wholesale the first land deal. If you're interested in that, check the link in the bio. But without further ado, I want to go ahead and explain to you guys how I brought about change in my wholesaling business that completely changed the trajectory. In the most recent video, or maybe the couple of most recent videos, I talked about how in my business I was struggling to get leads and sell deals. And literally within that span of that video, everything completely changed. So when I make that video, my primary marketing channel was cold calling, and then I was also doing SMS campaigns. And it was so interesting because as I was doing these, I was getting leads, but they weren't like solid leads. They weren't like, yeah, let's do it leads. And so that's why I made that video. I was like, man, these leads are tough. It's so hard to get them to convert and to also gain that trust. And it probably takes a little bit longer for me to get a deal when it comes to like SMS and cold calling. But those were the channels that I was using. Those were my primary channels because I was like, man, let me cut the cost and let me go to cold calling and SMS because they're cheaper, right? Yes, they're cheaper, but also they require a lot more time, a lot more effort, a lot more energy to get them to convert into deals. And usually, from my experience, those aren't big deals, right? I have some friends who got like great deals, banging deals, I'm talking about 6-figure deals off SMS, off not SMS, but off cold calling. And I was like, yeah, let me try it out because it probably ends up cheaper. But here's what I found out from that whole experience. It's cheaper to get leads with cold calling, but it takes way more time to convert those leads into actual deals. And I don't mind spending that time, but it's to the point where it's like, damn, like if I'm trying to make money like next month or like in the next 60 days, it's gonna be kind of tough to get a gauge of where my business is, right? I will have to cold call for a whole month to get maybe like 3 solid deals that are like good to go. And then I'll have to do a whole lot of following up on other leads that may not be interested at the moment or may be interested but just currently not in the right mindset to actually go through with accepting a deal. Don't get me wrong, I got a lot of deals with SMS and with cold calling, but what changed in my business was direct mail. And direct mail has been the strategy that I've been using consistently over the last 3 years. And I always try to see other options as far as saving money and not spending too much money. I've tried all 3 main marketing channels: direct mail, cold calling, SMS. I haven't tried PPC yet, but I tried cold calling, direct mail, and SMS. And I will tell you, if you're trying to get a deal in the next 30 to 45 days, especially when you're in the land niche, direct mail is your best friend. Direct mail will literally get you a deal in the next 45 days. And let me explain to you exactly why I say this. I'm gonna pull up some records right now. If you're not part of my Discord, definitely join my Discord, man. I'm actually sending messages in my Discord of the journey that I'm going through and exactly what I'm doing in my business. So if you're not part of that, go ahead and join in. Link in the bio. So in my Discord, I sent this screenshot of the mail that I'm sending out and how much it cost me. So if you couldn't read that, I sent about 5,484 mail pieces and it cost me about $2,270. When it comes to direct mail, you have the option of doing either first class or you have the option of doing regular mail. So first class is gonna get there in 2 weeks. Regular mail gets there basically when it gets there, usually from 2 to 4 weeks. That's usually the time frame. So I sent that out. I paid for this on the first of July. I paid for this marketing campaign. And I was like, oh man, like I'm not getting any deals, like I'm not getting leads, like, and some of the leads I have, the numbers are tight. I can't sell them. I can't get them under contract. So I was starting to like worry, like, man, like, am I gonna have to spend more money to get these leads? And it's like, oh man, what if I'm spending all this money and not getting any return? That's really my main concern, right? I'm not getting a return. So I sent out the direct mail campaign. I'm like, man, this has always worked. Let me just do it and let's see what the results are compared to, the cold calling and SMS. And it's completely different. Guys, about like 2 weeks ago, I started getting calls from my direct mail campaign. And it's like every single call that I was going on, every single call that came in were like hot leads. They were literally like, yeah, we're ready to go. We want to sell. We haven't owned it for a minute. We inherited whatever their situation is. They wanted to sell. And on top of that, they wanted to sell at a realistically good price. And let me give you an example of this. I talked to this client. So usually this is how my campaign goes. I send out direct mail and there's a number attached to it. They call that number and that number is attached to a call center. That call center basically, I give them a script of what I need them to answer, to ask the seller. And so they basically ask those questions and then they package that into an email format and send it to my email. And then boom, I read it through and then I give them a call. That's how it works. It worked for me, man. I ain't gonna lie. So that's usually how that process go, right? So I get email notifications like bing, 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 and it's like new lead, new lead, new lead. And I'm looking at the leads and I'm like looking at the properties. I kind of do a little bit of research before I call them. And I'm like, this person asking me for $10,000 for this parcel of land that I can sell right away for 30 G's. And I make a quick 20. I got like 3 of those back to back to back. And I was so shocked. I was like, bro, it made me realize the bigger impact of direct mail, okay? Especially when you're talking to landowners. Landowners, they're usually older people, and especially the clients that I'm usually working with, they're older. They don't want the land anymore. The kids don't want the land. So, old school is usually how to reach them is through mail. Like texting, they're not really good with that. Calling, you have to call them at a good time where they're answering because they get a lot of spam calls, so they don't really answer the phones anymore. But direct mail is literally right in their house, and those are usually the clients that I'm getting a whole bunch of calls from. And it's crazy because I have like 3 deals under contract right now from that one campaign. And mind you, it's not that many, like when you think about the grand scheme of like sending 5,000 letters and you only get 3 on the contract. But when you really think about like when it comes to like profit versus expense wise, those deals are bound to net me 40 grand in the next 30 days. Only 2 of them, those are 2 that are accounted for. So it's like I got them both. I got all 3 on the contract, right? All 3 deals on the contract. One of them, I already have a buyer for it. Boom, that's a $20,000 deal. The second one, I just got an offer on it. Literally started advertising it a couple days ago, and I literally just got a buyer for it. $20,000 spread. And then the third one, I'm still on the process of advertising it, but it's looking like a $30,000 spread. And it's actually insane the number of the return that you get for your direct mail campaign, right? So think about it. I spent, let's even give me the grace. I spent 3 grand, and I am bound to make. I mean, this hasn't hit my bank account yet, right? But let's just think optimistically, right? I am bound to make 70 G's off 3 grand. Like, even if I was to make 20 G's off 3 grand, that's a 15x return. Like, think about that, man. A 15x return on your money in fucking 45 days. 45 days. I sent out the mail in July 1st. We are in August 3rd. I'm bound to close on these deals September 9th. That's a fucking 15% return. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Direct mail is the way to go, especially when you're trying to do land wholesaling, because it will just give you a better return on your money and you will get better quality leads. I like the leads I get from direct mail because they're just more, they're like laid down. They're like, here. When it comes to cold calling, it's more like, oh, well, you call me, like you're the one who reached out to me. What are you offering? Like boom, 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 boom. But with direct mail, I'm like, what are you guys looking for? And they were happy to give me the price. But when it comes to cold calling, I have to give the price first. And it's always important to get the seller to give you the price first because you get a bigger spread. Man, that's how my business changed, man. And it's an incredible feature because think about it, like this is a rinse and repeat process. Rinse and repeat. I can just go into another market, get another 5,000 mailers, send it out, boom, 70 G's, 50 G's, 30 G's, 20 G's. I mean, it hasn't stopped working for me. I've been doing this for 3 years. And this is exactly how I made the bulk of my money. The majority of my money that I've ever made in real estate has been from direct mail. I made $100,000 in one deal, all from direct mail. Direct mail is the way to go. Direct mail is the way to go. It's expensive, I know that. And if you're beginning and you're like, oh man, it's expensive, here's what I will tell you. Take the risk, put that on a credit card, okay? And it's actually a smart investment. It's not like you're buying dumb shit with your credit card. You're actually building a business with your credit card. So here's what you would do. You would take a credit card, you will apply for a credit card that has a 0% APR for like 6 to 12 months. You apply for that. Then you would put the marketing campaign on your credit card. Boom, $3,000. And then now you have 6 months to pay off that $3,000 without getting any interest fees. So you can pay like the minimum balance for the next 6 months without being charged interest. And that's beautiful. So then that's like free money. That's like your mom borrowing you $3,000 and telling you, yeah, pay me back in 6 months, right? So you would get that credit card, put the marketing campaign on that card, purchase the direct mail campaign, and then basically just like work your ass off to get that money back. Negotiate the deals. If you spend that $3,000 you put on a credit card and you get even one deal that gives you 10, 15 G's, boom, you're in profit now. So then now you just like rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And that's what I've been doing over the last 3 years. It is not rocket science, guys. It is tough, but it's not rocket science. Like you do have to work, you do have to communicate with people, you do have to negotiate, you do have to apply sales skills, but it is not the hardest thing in the world. I'm telling you this from my experience. I've done sales, I've done car sales, and one deal nets you 20 G's, and you're good. You like chill for the rest of the month, right? Like you can do one of those deals every single month. You're getting 20 G's every single month. Boom, dude, you're living a good life. And if you want more, you can just go for more. So that's exactly how my business scaled, man. That's exactly how my business changed overnight. Now I don't have an issue of, oh, I don't have enough leads. Oh, my deals aren't selling. I got the leads and I got the deals being sold less than a week. Let's go, baby. So if you're like, oh, I don't know if it's gonna work. I don't know if it's gonna work. Take my word for it. Get my course that's in the description. It will literally teach you A to Z, and it will give you all of the scripts, all of the letters, everything that you need to be successful in using the strategy. And then you can go ahead and apply it. And once you do that, man, your life will completely change. Real estate changed my life, and I wanted to change your life. So don't be scared of taking action, man. Take it from me. I'm 3 years in, and I have yet to see it fail me. So I think it's still good to go, especially around this time and age. So if you're very interested in getting into the business, this is the best time to do it. And then also like land, nobody really knows land like that. So if you get into land, you study the game, you learn to master it, you're going to be a beast. And that's what I want from you. So don't be afraid to jump in, man. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, leave it to me in the comments. If you like this video, thumbs up, man. Give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you like this video. And then also subscribe to my channel. Why not? Anyways, it's your boy, Kenny Cam Doom. Peace.